looks like the pieces are falling in place for Warner Brothers and Legendary Studios' attempt to make Dune the next big multimedia sci-fi franchise. Not only do we have the first film of Denis Villeneuve's two-part adaptation of Dune coming December 2020, we also have a TV series in development on the new streaming service HBO Max. Now we have the possibility of 3 new Dune video games that are in the works as well. Dune video games have had a bit of a checkered past. By far the most successful format for Dune-related games has been real-time strategy, where you would play as House Atreides or another rival house and manage resources like spice harvesting while upgrading and equipping your military forces. The setting of Dune seemed to really work for that kind of game. Dune 2 in particular was a huge hit and is referred to in many circles as the cornerstone of the RTS genre. The last Dune video game to be released was in 2001, Frank Herbert's Dune for the PS2 and PC. It was an adventure-style game, as you would play from the perspective of Paul Atreides, and it followed the story of Dune somewhat loosely. However, it ended up being a commercial and critical failure. But with Denis Villeneuve bringing Frank Herbert's Duneverse to the big screen once more, it looks like they're betting on its success with audiences, and looking to provide more Dune-related entertainment in the form of video games as well. Funcom, the makers of Age of Conan and Conan Exiles, announced early last year in 2019 their partnership with Legendary Entertainment and Herbert Properties. Funcom signed a 6-year deal with Legendary Studios to make at least 3 new games set in Frank Herbert's universe of Dune. In Funcom's initial press release, their CEO was quoted as saying that Funcom has a strong history of working with beloved sci-fi fantasy intellectual properties, including our bestsellers Age of Conan and Conan Exiles. So many of us at Funcom, myself included, are huge fans of Frank Herbert's work, and we are thrilled to have the opportunity to collaborate with Legendary to bring the iconic Dune universe to life for gamers all over the globe. There have been no recent announcements since then as far as a release date goes. However, the games apparently will span both PC and consoles. Not long after this initial announcement, pre-production was started on an open-world multiplayer Dune title. Some of these details were talked about during Funcom's third quarter 2019 financial presentation. I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested in checking that out. It's around minute 7 when they start talking about Dune. They announced that they had in development a Dune open-world survival game. Funcom CEO stated that it is still in the pre-production stage, with no mention of a timeline, though the project was described as a premium game, a game as a service. He went on to say that the company is aiming to achieve something bigger and better than what it delivered with Conan Exiles. It'll be an evolution of what Conan Exiles is, but with Dune and with something bigger and better. We're leveraging a lot of know-how and experience on the programming, design, and art side. We're doing things heavily based on what we've learned from the game. Some things are a direct reuse, some things are not. They couldn't reveal much more than that, though they did also say that they have a lot of fun things planned. They have to coordinate with Legendary Studios regarding any news releases, as they are the ones taking the lead on any announcements in regards to Dune. So it stands to reason that once more information about the film is revealed, then more details regarding the games in development will likely follow. Since Conan Exiles is available on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, then one can assume that game will most likely be cross-platform as well. Dune definitely has all the makings for an epic survival and crafting game. I just hope they'll be able to do Frank Herbert's work justice. While I myself am not a huge fan of that genre, I am a Dune fan, and I have to say this concept set in the universe of Dune sounds very intriguing, and has certainly piqued my interest. I can just imagine myself exploring the world of Arrakis as a Fremen, gathering spice and other resources, having to tread carefully so as not to alert the giant sandworms. Game mechanics could also involve the maintenance of the still suit as an important part of the game, as it's vital for long-term survival on Dune. If you're familiar with either Age of Conan or Conan Exiles, please let me know what you think of those games in the comments, and if you think Dune could be a good fit for that same style. In their company's initial statement, they make a point to say that they are huge Dune fans, which is great. I'm glad to see they have a passion for this project, and it seems like they believe in this investment of time and resources to make something special. I think this type of game definitely has enormous potential if they put in the time and money necessary to create a title worthy of the source material. I'm also curious as to what other types of games they could be developing. Again, in the past, Dune games seem to really hit their stride as real-time strategy games, so that route is also very likely. It would also be a safer financial choice since that genre has already proven to be successful for Dune in the past, and it could definitely use a modern update. Another reason for speculation regarding this is that Funcom had already paired with developer Petroglyph to publish the real-time strategy game Conan Unconquered. Petroglyph has quite a few people on staff that had formerly worked for Westwood Studios, who were the developers behind the classic Command & Conquer strategy game, as well as Dune 2. So that seems to be a hand-in-glove partnership to develop another Dune RTS for the modern era. I do hope with these new games in development that there will be an element of storytelling involved. Dune games in the past generally loosely followed the story, and with the format of a video game, I'm certainly fine with it not being tied to the source material too tightly. But with the setting of Dune, I feel that the story should play at least some part in the game's mechanics. It is, after all, based on one of the best stories in science fiction, so how could it not? I'm very excited to learn more about these games. I will be on the lookout for more information, and I'll be sure to keep you posted as more details come to light. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on the prospect of several new Dune video games from Funcom. Do you think the studio will be able to pull off a successful strategy or survival title? And if you played Age of Conan or Conan Exiles before, let me know your impressions of those games in the comments as well. Thank you so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.